Hey everyone, Stephanie here, and wanted to do a fun tag that I've seen going around, which is 10 baby names that you love but you're not going to use. So let's start with the boys. I love Tristan. I think it's like traditional. I had a friend growing up named Tristan and loved it, but we are kind of traditional and we name using letters of family members that are no longer with us, and we don't have anyone that starts with a T, so won't be using Tristan. Alfie. A lot of our names sound kind of British, and obviously Alfie makes me think of like the famous Alfie, which was played by the devastatingly handsome Jude Law. We both really loved Alfie, and we do have A's in our family, but we just decided not to use it. Finley. We have F's in our family. Finley was on our list, but again, another British sounding name that we loved, but just probably are not going to use. Milo. We love Milo. Milo's super cute. However, my best friend had a dog named Milo, an adorable dachshund, and he passed away recently, so we are not going to be using Milo. Harry. Obviously, Russ and I met because of Harry Potter, and we love Harry Potter, and I love the name Harry. We don't really have any H's to use from our family, and I think it'd just be like too obvious for us to use Harry. Oliver. I love the name Oliver. When we were shooting first season of Stalking LeVar, my character was actually supposed to be a mom, and there was an episode written where LeVar Burton was doing a reading at a library, and Heidi and Megan run into my character Susan at the library with my son, and his name was not named in the script, and so Heidi and Megan came to me and they were like, tell us about your son, tell us what his name is and all this, and my son was supposed to be named Oliver. I named him that for the series, and that episode got scrapped, and then we later on wrote that we wanted to get pregnant into the series, but we never used that. We're not using Oliver to name our own child, but out there in the ether, I will name an on-screen child Oliver again someday. Asher. Okay, I love the name Asher. I love it. It's great. I have like 15 friends who've named their son Asher. It's super popular right now, to the point that if you are thinking of naming your child Asher, I suggest you don't do it, because I feel like in my daughter Lulu's age, she's 6 months right now, I have a feeling when she starts kindergarten, like her whole class will be Ashers. It'll be like Michael and Matthew of my time. Or it'll be like the names Michael and Matthew and Christopher when I was growing up. That's how Asher will be for Lulu. Lewis. Okay, so Lulu was named after my grandfather, Louis Lewis. And I love the idea of using a family surname or last name as a first name. And I'm not going to use my last name, Pressman, but my mom's father, Lewis. I think that would be a really cute name. And my grandfather's name was Louis Lewis, so he pretty much had the first and last name that were the same. But we already named Lulu, so we've already used that name, and so we won't use Lewis. Last but not least, on my boys list is Joel. I love the name Joel. It was my other grandfather's name, Joel Pressman, and I love the name Joel. It was on the top of my list for boys' names. However, Russ and I, we decided that our first boy would be named Julian. So it was either, for me, it was like either Julian or Joel after my grandfather. And Russ chose Julian because his great-grandfather was named Julius. So it took Joel and Julius, and we put them together in Julian, and we will call that son Jules if we ever have him. Now for my girls' names. Posy. I love it. I love floral names. I love floral names, so Posy is one of those either spelled with a Y or an I-E. I think I probably would spell it with an I-E, P-O-S-I-E. But sadly, we have like our names that we absolutely love and are planning on using. Petra Clarissa. Okay, so Petra Clarissa is, I think, it's either Latin or Greek. I don't remember right now. It means rock star. Petra first name, Clarissa second name, middle name, rock star. And I've always loved it. I wanted to name a band that when I was like in middle school. It was one of the band names I wanted to use, and I also really love it as a girl's name. Penelope, or for short, Penny. Love it. Again, kind of British sounding, but it's just not on our list. Harriet, or Hattie. Love it, super cute. When we talk about names, I mean, we call Lulu 5 million things for short. Her real name is Louisa, but like we knew we weren't going to call her Louisa. We knew we were going to call her Lulu. Like that was always the plan. We just wanted to give her a more proper name for life, in case, so she had options. But when we think of names, we immediately go to what will we call them for their nickname. Like Julian, he will be Jules, and that's all we plan on calling him is Jules or Juju. But we will come up with 5 million nicknames like we do for Lulu. Viola. I used to play violin. I play violin and viola. I grew up playing both, and I love V names. My grandmother was Vicky, and so I really love Viola in honor of her, but I won't be using it, and we would call her Vivi. But no, same with Vivian. I love Vivian, but we won't be using it mostly because we have a neighbor that's really hard to deal with, and her name is Vivian, and we can't possibly bring a child into this world while we still have that neighbor named Vivian, because that's all we will see when we look at her. But I love Vivian. Also, my grandmother Vicky, her given name was Goldie. Yeah, her given name was Goldie. I love Goldie, but we probably aren't going to use it. I love it. It's so cute, but I feel like it won't be as cute when she's older. But I love Goldie. Like Goldilocks and the 3 bears, but we aren't using it. Eloise, obviously we named a child Louisa, so we're probably not going to name Eloise, but we do have an E in our family that we could use, but we won't do Eloise. And then 2 more like literary ones that are characters I love. Scarlett from Scarlett O'Hara from Gone with the Wind, and then Luna. Luna's my favorite character from Harry Potter, but we've got a Lulu, so we probably won't use a Luna. I think that was probably like 11 or 12 names. But those are the ones we won't be using.